Good afternoon, one and all, and welcome to episode 3 of the Outside Bet. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment below. It really helps us get the pod out there. And I've been told by my people who know a lot more about this than me that more feedback leads to more tailored content, and therefore you end up getting what you want. Apparently, that's things I need to say to get you guys to comment. Of course, there's going to be a bet at the end of this pod, so please like and subscribe because you get this bet for free. And we'll cover the results of the first bet from episode 1 today. We try and put the time jump in the description to the video now. So if you can't be bothered to listen to me talking about football, about anything else, you just want to go straight to the gamble, straight to the punt, then you can fast forward to the exact time contained in the description and it will just give you where the bet is. So hopefully you can do that. I will learn how to do the quick jumps and stuff, but I just don't know how to do them at the moment. As you can see, it's another beautiful day in England, and I'm sitting in the pub garden having a pint of Guinness, which is good. Hopefully the car noise isn't too loud. Today's episode, what we're going to do, we're going to run through some bits. We're going to run through the championship slate. Remember, we run a day ahead and a day behind, so our bets today on Wednesday will be for Thursday. We're reviewing the bets that were on Tuesday that we gave out on Monday. But yes, so Champions League was last night. Championship was where we bet. We didn't have anything on Brazil. And we don't have anything on Brazil for tonight, which is Wednesday night. So let's have a look quickly at the championship bets. Now, we don't tend to go over these things. And the reason we don't go over them ourselves is because we bet as a portfolio, which I can explain on future weeks. But it basically means we have a lot of bets, a lot of leans, and we try and just win on average. We know we can't win every bet. We don't try, but we do try and win the majority of our bets. This week, on the first 8 games in the championship slate, we had about 10 leans and about 3 bets. We got 7 out of the 10 leans right. We got 3 correct scores, and all of our bets that we placed in the market, including the names bet that we gave you guys on commentary on Monday, have all come in. So we have had an absolutely bumper start to our week, which is exactly what we like. All of our bets have won, including even the fact that we traded unders on the Leicester game, and that won as well because the goals were late and they were low. And so, in fact, everything happened the way we wanted it. Now, this does not happen all the time, and I cannot stress enough that we lose bets. We don't win them. But on the whole, we try and win our account to be up, our average returns to be up. And we're very good at that. We are giving you 1 bet a day per podcast, and so let's be realistic. It could just lose. We could have a losing streak of 5 days in a row. Obviously, we are trying to highlight you a good one. We are also trying to highlight one that you can place with a regular bookie at a regular price using regular staking amounts. And so they're not, hopefully, completely unattainable to the punter on the street. We don't know until we start. And if there's any comments about things like you say, well, I could never put on that bet on 2 3/4 goals. So today, for example, we have a higher goals bet in Brazil for Palmeiras game. And we've just used a regular bookie over 2.5 goals to highlight that, and every bookie covers that. So that's a good example. Champions League was last night, so a bit of general football chat. We always ask our punters what they think about the Champions League and what they're doing, and we all love to watch it. And I'm British, and I don't really support a Premier League side, so as such, I want all the British teams to do well in Europe. So running through bits and bobs of last night, fantastic win for Bayern. They're unstoppable this season. They're almost unbettable on. They're not part of our strategy in the Bundesliga because they can win there every week and they can also rest players. And in the British teams, we had Tottenham, fantastic 4-0 win and one of the goals of the season. It might be the goal of the season for Mickey van der Ven in the Champions League this year. That might be the best goal we see all year, and it might have already happened, which would be fantastic for Britain. Arsenal, just a different gravy. I mean, they can't let in a goal. They nearly conceded the penalty last night, and they went absolutely bananas until that got overturned by VAR. And as it happens, it wasn't a penalty, and they still kept another clean sheet. And they look more happy about that than they did about their second or third goals. And then they had Dowman playing, who's 15 years old. It's all looking pretty good if you're Mikel Arteta and if you're an Arsenal fan. My son is an Arsenal fan, and so happy days there. Left the best till last, which was Liverpool. I mean, everyone knows if you're doing a podcast, you can't criticise Liverpool because their fans have got a reputation for being the harshest online critics to any online critics. And by the way, Liverpool fans, that's not a good place to be. It's not a good place to be famous for being out of order to people who criticise your team. Okay? There's loads of reasons to criticise your team, every team. So don't be rude and don't be obnoxious. However, there's no being rude about last night, is there? It was an absolutely sensational performance. Could have beaten them, should have beaten them by more. The expected goals was amazing. The shutting down the defensive shape with having the triangle of Gravenberch with Szoboszlai and McAllister ahead, having four at the back, one of them not being Kirkes. Conor Bradley was absolutely amazing. I can't see you doing anything differently. All I can see going forward is that Wirtz plays on the left sometimes with Gakpo. And when he doesn't play on the left and plays in the middle, then McAllister or Szoboszlai will have rest and they'll just rotate those three round, leave Salah on the right till AFCON, play Ekitike out front until Isak comes in and scores. As soon as Isak scores, especially if it's from a Wirtz assist, I see Wirtz and Isak pretty much playing unlimited minutes for them. And we will be featuring that in our Liverpool predictions in the Premier League. And that's why the Champions League is useful. I've basically put in a bunch of comment today and it's used up a couple of minutes because we try and get to 10 minutes every day because it's a Q&A show on Wednesdays. And we don't have any Q&A because the podcast is brand new. We've got a couple of questions which we'll answer now. But in the future, any questions that we find on any of our platforms, whether it's Patreon, whether it's WhatsApp, whether it's YouTube, we will pick the best ones to answer on here, and all the other ones we'll answer in the text in the group. So don't worry about that. You'll always get your questions answered. We are going to be the most reactive, interactive betting service online. If you fire a question, we will try and answer it. As long as it's not rude and as long as it's not out of order to other people, we will answer it. We've only had a couple of questions in, so I thought I'd talk a bit about the Champions League. The first question was, and I'll just get the name right, was from Ian McMullen, who is an existing premium WhatsApp member. And his question was, I see you gave out one of the premium bets free in podcast 1. That was the bet on Coventry, which we're going to talk about in a bit. Will you be giving them all out to the patrons? And if so, should I cancel the premium membership? So Ian, and all the other WhatsApp members, please remember that this does not replace the premium service. We are doing a YouTube for the man on the street, the punter on the street, the woman on the street. And that is going to contain one free bet, which does go out to the WhatsApp premium members. There will eventually become a patron for this service, and those patrons will get all of our predictions for all of the leagues. So they will get our correct score and our expected goal predictions and how it works for each of the games if they are a fully paid up patron member. But they will not get all of our bets. We will talk about how we place our bets, but the bets that we derive and place with the money, with our own syndicated money, those bets will get sent out to the premium WhatsApp members only. And we can't do it any other way. We can't disadvantage our premium WhatsApp group, and we can't do anything other than support all our people. Which brings us neatly on to the second question, which was from a person on TikTok who I don't know. Sorry, Dave. I know your first name is Dave, but I don't know anything else about you. Which is, why don't we bet on the Champions League? This comes back to the fact we don't bet on cup football, and there isn't enough data. We don't even bet on the Premier League until 5 games have been played. So imagine if we didn't bet on the Champions League until 5 games have been played, and then people start resting players because they're already in the top 8, the top 16, the top 24. We would never get to a position where we could bet. So unless there's a lot of data, we don't bet on cups, we don't bet on anything. We are very boring. Sorry about that. We like being boring because actually it means that we win money. So to cover off the rest of the Coventry bet that we bet on Monday, and you'll see some shorts go out. So the shorts will go out. If our predicted bet on episode 1, which was 2 episodes ago, wins, we will put a short out on YouTube and TikTok. It will be a 1-minute short, and it will just show us predicting the game before it happens. It's just promotional stuff. It's not for the people who are here or the patrons. But we predicted that game would be 3-1. We predicted that game would be won by Coventry by 2 goals, and we predicted that game would have more than 4 goals. Boom. That's what we do it for. All of those came in. All of the bets won. Pretty much everything we hoped for in that game happened. Please don't think we're the greatest predictors in the world because of that. It's just luck. It is just luck. It just so happens that it's nice that the first one came in. Just as many of our bets, well, more bets that come good than don't come good, otherwise we'd be out of business. But also a lot don't work. That one just did. And hopefully tonight's bet on the Preston game will come in and you guys will see a 2 from 2 scenario. And hopefully tomorrow night's bet on Palmeiras will come in and you can see a 3 from 3. But believe me, I wouldn't be at all surprised. And maths would say that one of those 3 bets will miss, because we don't win all of our bets. We try and win 60% of them. So if I'm giving you 3 bets, it sounds like 33% of them won't win. It sounds like one of the 3 won't win. So you can do your own maths. I've had a look through the Brazilian slate for Wednesday night, which is tonight. No good. Said that yesterday. Hasn't changed. Had a look at tomorrow night's Brazilian slate, and there are only 3 games on, and I was getting a little bit panicked that episode 3 of this podcast wouldn't have a free bet. However, at 10 minutes 30 seconds, the big free bet of the day has come in, and it is the 3rd game on the Brazilian stake. So if you've got this far, or if you've jumped to 10 minutes 30, please like, subscribe, and comment, because we give out the free bets. They are 100% the professional bets that we make. They are on our WhatsApp group, which goes out to premium subscribers, and we think they are the pick of the day. So please like and subscribe to get more of them, because otherwise we won't keep doing it. And we don't do it to make vast amounts of money. We do it to show other people that they have a chance of winning when they bet. So the big free bet of the day, as I've already alluded to, is on the Palmeiras match in the Brazilian Serie A. It is the last game on the slate. So I am talking to you as if this is a Thursday night match, but it is actually on Friday morning my time. However, the way I work is on Thursday, I need those bets to be on, because by the time I wake up on Friday, the game will have finished. So for me, that's a Thursday night game. I know if you're a UK bettor, it's like in the morning on Friday. We are going long the 2.5 goals market. Our predicted model shows 3.7 goals for that game, which is a lot in Brazil. And that, when you see a lot on our model, that quite often gives opportunities to bet. And the reason for that is Brazil is a very low-scoring league, so the bookies will quite often have default low-scoring books. And that's what's happened here. We think it will be a high-scoring game. Remember what I said to you before, is our criteria for a bet versus a lean is if we thought there'd be 3 goals and the market fair value is 2.5 goals, that's a lean for us. We should just be aware that we could trade the overs, that there's going to be more goals than people think, etc. If there's a whole goal gap, by which I mean our model says 3.7 goals for the game, but the market is at 2.5, that's a whole goal gap. That means we are going to bet on it. We're going to find a way to bet on it. And the simplest way for you guys to bet on that is the over 2.5 goals market. Best thing about over 2.5 goals market is you can't have a draw. And if you look at Corals, Ladbrokes, and Bet365 today, you can get very nearly even money right now on that game tomorrow night having 2.5 goals or more. That means it fits into our even money criteria, and it fits into our criteria that we think that bet will come in more than 60% of the time. So there you go. One of the reasons people ask us, why do you cover Brazil? It's simple. Before the Premier League, the European leagues have had 5 games played. Brazil is fully underway. Brazil is underway in the summer, so it gives us another market to cover. But it also features late in the week football, typically, so Wednesday, Thursday nights, which gives us another day of the week to bet on. And in this case, Thursday night, we had no other games. Palmeiras has come in and saved a day. So that's what we're looking for, guys. And if you want to keep going, keep subscribing, keep contacting us. All the contact details are available in the descriptions. The podcast is coming apparently very soon, hopefully next week. The YouTube stuff's working. The TikTok stuff's just starting. And we'll do the Patreon the week after. So love you all and speak soon. And until then, cheers. Here's to a pint of Guinness. And I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. I've got a very busy day tomorrow, and I have to go to London for my day job and for an award ceremony. And so I might not get time, but I'm going to try and fit in a quick one. Anyway, guys, best of luck.